Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Welcome back to my channel, good people. Welcome to my channel if you guys are new. It's fair, and this corner is all about my perspectives on mainly celebrities and other situations. So we've got quite a bit to get on into. It seems as though Sweeney would pretty much like to be uncancelled. You know, it's the end of the year. She's reflecting on how the year has gone for her, like we all do every new year. Looks like those 2026 resolutions won't let her sleep peacefully, because 2025 was not her year. Please let me know down below how 2025 has been for you. Has it been your year or has it been a flop? And if it's a flop, you're not alone, just know. I don't even know what life is dragging me to at this point. Sometimes life just hits you no matter what age you are. And I digress. So Sweeney has had a lot of flops this year. She started producing her own movies to create more opportunities for herself, which I low-key respect. And literally everyone she has released this year has broken records because of how badly they have done at the box office. And it's quite unfortunate because Sydney's performance in Euphoria last season was great. A lot of people didn't like her character because of how snaky she was, but everyone really loved Sweeney's acting, you know? She's gone on to do movies since, among a plethora of shows, and she's one of the most successful actors to come out of Euphoria besides Zendaya. She's booked and busy, right? I guess the same could be said for Jacob Lord, but she's definitely had the second strongest boost to her career from Euphoria. A lot of our fellow actors are also booked and busy and just working, and we just love to see it. But what no one loves to see is when someone tries to backtrack after doing something crazy. And that's where Sweeney is at. She's reflecting right now, and she's realizing that a lot of people are not rocking with her. So she thinks, most probably her PR thinks, she needs to issue some sort of statement or finally talk to the media and let them know what's up. Some people think it's a little bit too late and don't want to hear from her. She had a chance to kind of clear the air and honestly already explained herself. Like she said, she's just not concerned with anything that doesn't affect her, and whenever it's important enough to her, she'll speak about it. Some people never really cared about the situation and are still going to support Sweeney, or just feel very neutral about it. Given how her movies are bombing, those who never cared and are still supporting are very sparse. I think when you read into it, especially the whole American ego thing, you can understand the frustration the viewers have. It was too much for a lot of people and it was giving white supremacist. It was very much giving MAGA vibes. And the thing about Sweeney, she didn't fully denounce it. She just danced around it, not wanting to piss off any alt-right fans since the US is MAGA country now. She tried to brush past the topic like it never happened, saying there's other things to talk about.
A lot of training went into this film, a lot of Oscar buzz coming up, a lot of films coming out. How does it feel, though, that it's an advertisement that gets the most attention these days?
I'm so excited for everybody to see Christy Martin.
There's a lot of Oscar buzz. Are you excited about everyone seeing this?
I'm just excited for Christy.
But when you're getting backlash on that type of scale, it's better to address it head-on in the best possible way. PR companies are literally paid to craft statements that anger no one. But the fact that she even failed to do that is very telling. I feel like she probably has one of the worst PR teams ever. I don't know whether they're out to get her, because our PR team is supposed to have protected her to make sure that if things go guns blazing, they're there to smooth things over. It should not have gotten to this point. They should have protected their moneymaker. But she and her team have finally realized making statements about how the controversies of eugenics are not important enough to talk about is a bad look, and now she wants a second chance. But baby girl had the chance months ago to issue a statement. She also did so many interviews, and all she could say was that she just loves jeans.
We're sort of talking around this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised by the reaction?
I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was, I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
She was so smug in that interview, it seems like she thought Hollywood and its billionaires would protect her because she was the hot item at the time, which was a big miscalculation on her part. While Jeff Bezos has put a lot of money into her lingerie passion project, if people don't want to actually go and purchase, then even he will run. That's automatically going to be a flop. Now we know that she had a Christy movie that was a flop. Not many people wanted to watch it, people just weren't interested. Also, the promotion for it just felt off. It felt like the promo was just about the whole American Ego campaign. The only problem is the people who would support that kind of female-led project are not the kind to listen to someone called racism and eugenics unimportant. Sadly for Sydney, the alt-right she was trying not to piss off do not believe in supporting women like her. Women who want more out of life than just being trad wives. They're not the kind of people who would have ever checked out her movie Christy, which is about an impressive female boxer. In the circles she was trying to appease, boxing is only for men. They would never support a female boxer. Looks like Sydney has finally realized this. But making money is important. You do have to be so good at what you do to get to the point where you can just be saying any and everything. A lot of people who have said some crazy things in the past and got away with it, like Kanye, who has been problematic for such a long time, to be honest. But the reason why a lot of people supported him and didn't really look into his off behavior too much until the most recent years is because they loved his music and they love the way that he produces his songs. The man is unquestionably talented. Now, Sydney has dealt with her fair share of tough phases in her acting career, but she has not gotten to the stage yet where everyone's praising her extreme acting or producing talent. She probably might one day, but she's still at the stage where she cannot smugly dismiss other people's suffering. Then again, Taylor Swift is massive, but she's still being accused of tone deafness, racism, and being a so well. It's probably because her latest album wasn't very good, so there wasn't any good beats to make people forget her problematic behavior like her old album Reputation. That album did well enough to make us all forget why she even made it in the first place. Look, I don't think that Hollywood is going to kick Sweeney to the curb and that she's going to be doomed and nobody is going to want to work with her. I think she just needs to do a better job at not being smug and not thinking that she's above the program. Younger generations are requiring more and more from the people they look up to. I have a feeling she should have been just fine in the 90s and 2000s. Hell, back then it was best for celebrities to keep quiet and pretend they don't think about anything but their craft. That just can't fly now. Just ask Gal Gadot. Woman must have been shocked when she released her badly sung video thinking she'd get praise for the thought, only to have fans demanding for donations. Being from a different generation, it probably never even occurred to her to donate or participate in a more tangible way. Sydney Sweeney at first tried to act unbothered by the backlash and thought that she was above it, but then she saw it was starting to damage her career and now she's trying to backtrack. She's currently promoting her new movie, The Housemaid. How many of you guys are going to watch it? I'm personally not, because it's never been my plan since seeing the trailer. I've already read the Housemaid book though, so it probably wouldn't be much of an experience for me anyway. So Sydney has faced significant blows to her career as people boycotted her recent releases after the American Eagle campaign controversy.
How does it feel, though, that it's an advertisement that gets the most attention these days?
I'm so excited for everybody to see Christy Martin.
Well, why don't you tell us your views? Why don't you verbalize what it is that you believe people just randomly got out of their asses? The fact that she hasn't denounced it or can't even say it, or can't even put it into a statement and take a stand, says all there needs to say. She could have given us a bit of insight to how she felt when the backlash started rolling in, or something like that, but nope. Someone should teach celebrities how to do a proper apology instead of that swinging in the wind pointless stuff they like to do. It's almost like they think we're too stupid to tell the difference. They do say that the richer someone is, the less they think of poorer people. So maybe that's it. Now, I don't believe that you should hate on Sydney Sweeney, but you can definitely disagree with her. You can definitely not be a fan of her because let me go ahead and refresh your memory. This is also another thing that she said in this article. She told People magazine that she regretted saying something during the row in which Donald Trump at one point intervened and mentioned being flattered by his attention.
The president tweeted about the jeans ad. That just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Which of course got all her eyeballs rolling. Cindy said that she had come to realize that her silence regarding the issue has only widened the divide, not closed it, while saying she's against hate. Now listen, if you guys are buying what she's selling, I love that for you. Let me know how much you purchased it for. For me, I don't have any hate in my heart for this young woman. I think that at the end of the day, she's at where she's at. I don't think that she's in the worst possible position in terms of being booked and busy. She's still in Hollywood. She's everywhere there's a red carpet. So in terms of her team booking her, sure. But she isn't saying anything of substance here. She's just posing, smiling and whatever. She had a great chance to give us a little bit of insight, but chose not to do that. I think she's realizing that there's some sort of loss. She's realizing that people aren't knocking at her door as much as they were maybe 8 months ago at the start of the year. So she hasn't taken the biggest loss, but maybe she's felt the loss to some degree. The Sydney Sweeney Has Great Jeans campaign launched in the summer and was a huge success for the brand, which became the most popular jean for people aged between 15 to 25. American Eagle stock also rose by 30%, so she brought a lot of clientele and customers to American Eagle. They certainly were never going to jeopardize the profit margin and issue a statement telling everyone Sydney didn't mean it in a supremacist way. They're happy to be rolling in it. I don't have an American Eagle near me, but I would walk past it comfortably and be okay with that. That's just me respectfully. I just feel like people need to be careful with what it is that they're saying in commercials. We all know what the old racist soap ads did to society. Listen, there's no perfect person. We're going to get things wrong sometimes, and I do not hate Sydney Sweeney. She's got to learn and realize what it is that she's doing. It's got to have consequences, which is the only way we humans learn. And she's hoping that 2026 brings her much more delight and positivity and no more division. Let's see what she does next. Let's see how she maneuvers in the next year. It just may be a little bit too late, but she's young. For her sake, I hope it isn't, you know? Sydney is considered an outside bet for an Oscar next year for her lead performance in Christie. She has mostly avoided the American Eagle ad promotional interviews, only describing Trump's commenting on it as surreal. Sweeney has long been identified as one of her generation's most talented actors. Now, I personally don't think she's awful. However, I just feel like I've seen better actors. She doesn't capture my attention like, let's say, Lupita Nyong'o, Angela Bassett, or even Justin Baldoni. Sydney doesn't get people like, oh my god, we all need to wake up to Sydney Sweeney and her performance, you know? And I think 2025 has been quite underwhelming when it comes to not only actors and actresses, but just Hollywood in general. The people that Hollywood has chosen to put on a pedestal this year have been a little too basic in my opinion. Even Taylor Swift couldn't save the year with a good album, unfortunately. I was personally so looking forward to the life of a showgirl, only to be disappointed and forced to admit that I probably shouldn't support Taylor and the dodgy ways she's always moved anymore. Some have had some really great years like Kehlani, Lily Allen and her Divorce album, so it's not all been hopeless. I'm also looking forward to Fozia's debut album next year. I'm still surprised she has no debut. Labels really sit on generational talents. Has anyone heard her sing? She's simply phenomenal. Many times I've wished success matched talent. Anyway, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and leave a comment of your thoughts. Don't forget to also hype up this video, which helps notify YouTube that this tiny channel also exists and it's a fun time around here. I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video.